there, Catholic bakers, it's Ariel, and today I'll be showing you how to make homemade brownies. These are the best homemade brownies. They are thick, fudgy, and so decadent. I think you're going to like this one, so let's get started by doing our prayer. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for loving us so much that you never leave us. We pray for all of those who do not know you, and for those who are struggling with weakness. Give us strength to rise when we fall. And to you, Mother Mary, we ask that you continue to guide us with that greatest example, love and humility. Okay, so now go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and grab a small mixing bowl. Doesn't really matter the size. And let's talk about butter. You're going to need 12 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Doesn't matter if it's room temperature or directly from the fridge because we are going to be melting this butter. We are going to be melting this in the microwave. Well, at least I am going to do that. You could do this in a double boiler. And as you can see, I have cut this into like tablespoonish size pieces. It just makes it easier to melt. And we don't want this to explode in our microwave. So just going to put it there. And then we are also going to be adding our chocolate. So you can use a semi-sweet chocolate bar, which is obviously amazing if you do. It's going to give you a nice flavor, but chocolate chips work in a pinch, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. I don't have a chocolate bar, so I'm going to be using this. And you're going to need 4 ounces of a semi-sweet chocolate bar, or if you're using chocolate chips, you will need a 2/3 cup of chocolate chips. Now, I'm just going to get this evenly. And then we're going to pop this in the microwave for 20-second intervals and stirring in between. Okay, so once your chocolate and butter have been melted and they haven't seized up or anything, let's go ahead and add our cocoa powder. This is a 1/4 cup of natural cocoa powder. I'm going to add this in there. And then we're going to stir this. So we add the cocoa powder here while our mixture is hot, because if we add it in the dry ingredients, we're not really going to have a nice flavor. And if we add it here, we're kind of like blooming the cocoa powder, and we just get a really strong flavor of chocolate, which is something I look forward when I'm doing a chocolate recipe. So it's okay if you have a little bit of lumps. We're going to get that in a second. Just going to be stirring this well, and we're going to set that aside. So now we're going to grab a separate mixing bowl, and here we are going to be adding our eggs and sugar. So people love those brownies where they have like the crackly meringue topping. They're so good. And to achieve that, we need to whisk very gradually our sugar and eggs. So you're going to need a 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, all of it in there, and then a 3/4 cup of light brown sugar. Nice flavor. We're all about flavor here. And then you're also going to need 2 large eggs. Always crack them in a separate bowl to get any eggshell. 1, 2. And you're also going to need 1 large egg yolk. So egg whites are super important in brownies because they give you that meringue topping that I was talking about you. But egg yolks aren't important to give you that, what's it called? That fudginess, which I love fudginess. And so we add an extra egg yolk to achieve that. Then you're also going to need a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're going to be whisking. So now you can obviously do this in an electric hand mixer. I don't recommend stand mixer, but I guess you could. Because we're going to be whisking this very gradually for 30-60 seconds because we want a shiny, crackly top. Now, we don't get a super crackly top like the box mix, but you still get that nice shiny crackly top, which is, it just crinkles in your teeth, and that's so good. And we want this to be lightened in color. So good. Okay, so my egg/sugar mixture is a little bit lightened in color, which is great. So now we're going to bring our chocolate mixture. We're just going to add this in there. I have some chocolate lumps in there. It's alright, get that in with the whisk. And now we are going to just drizzle that in there. If you have glass bowls, you can really see through if they're blending in. I really recommend my glass bowls. They're so great. Let me just check. It's like 2 colors in one. This actually looks beautiful. I think that's good. Smells so good. This looks amazing and smells so good. I don't like chocolate, but my goodness. So good. Okay. We don't waste chocolate around here. Okay, next, let's get that aside. And then you're going to need a separate mixing bowl. Here you're going to need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and then a half teaspoon of salt. And we're going to stir these ingredients together. This looks amazing. And we're just going to combine it with our wet ingredients, which looks like I got a very small mixing bowl. What can I do now? And then grab another spatula, and we're going to be now slowly combining this. So we already did our hard and very vigorously whisking. Now we are just going to do this carefully. I mean, it's not like you're making pancakes. These are supposed to be dense, thick, fudgy dense. Oh yeah, and you can also use, you can add like a pinch of baking powder for your brownies to be a slightly just lighter, which I don't recommend because these are designed to be super fudgy. Anyway, grab some extra chocolate chips. This is a 3/4 cup of chocolate chips. Semi-sweet would be great, using milk. And then we're just going to add this to our brownie mixture. I was almost done combining my wet and dry ingredients because you can never have too much chocolate, right? Right? Can't. Okay, this all aside, now let's talk about our brownie pans. So I'm using a 9x9-inch metal brownie pan. I lined this with parchment paper. You can obviously skip that. You can just spray with a baking spray. I just like doing it because I just remove my brownies super quick with it. But you can obviously just skip that part. And now we're going to be adding in here. So thick. Your oven should be preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so like in my pizza video, working with parchment paper is a struggle, but I prefer it. And because this is super thick, we have to spread it evenly. So good. It's okay if you don't want to use parchment paper once you see me struggle with this. Oh yeah, and if you want to see more chocolate recipe videos, please tell me, because I don't know. I'm not really a chocolate fan, like I said. But my brother is. My brother loves chocolate as much as I love vanilla. Okay, I think this is great. Let me just scrape my spatula because we don't waste no type of batter, even if it's chocolate. Okay, and then we're just going to sprinkle some extra chocolate chips because, like I said, you can never have too much chocolate. Okay, so once your brownie is ready to go, we are going to bake this for 30 minutes in our oven. Yes, it's a lot of time. So I'll see you in 30 minutes. Meanwhile, this bakes. Okay, so once your brownies are out of the oven, they should have a nice crackly top. And we're going to do the toothpick test. It should come out clean or with a super fudgy crumbs. And then we're just going to let this cool a bit before we can enjoy. Now, you can absolutely cut it right now, but if you do, it's going to be very fudgy and it's going to be a mess. You want to wait so they can cool. Okay, so I already got out my brownies from my brownie pan, and we're just going to open this. I'm going to slice some brownies. Haven't seized up or anything, and with an electric. Oh my goodness.